Oh, that actually looks really good like that. Hell yeah. All right. Let's see how we're looking. Okay, yeah, that works. Give it another minute or so, see if anyone piles in, and then we'll go from there. Been sitting on some Japanese packs for a little bit, and I'm in the mood to open up some Pokemon. It's been a little while, so I'm super excited. I actually got this camera angle to work, so yeah, it doesn't look too bad. You guys have to let me know how it looks, how it sounds, whether you're watching it live or you're watching the stream after the fact. Got my sleeves all ready to go. Not a sponsor, but I love using these sleeves here. And then I have perfect fits in there as well. These here. All right, I don't feel like waiting any longer. If anyone shows up, great. If not, well, I'll have fun talking to myself and open up packs just like I used to. Well, what's going on, everybody? WakoBako here today. As you can see, we're opening up some Japanese Pokemon packs. I know pre-release events have started for the latest English Pokemon set, but I'm kind of, going to hold out on all the Mega Evolution set. I think it's overhyped. It's all stuff that we've seen a million times, and it's just not for me, so I'm probably going to pass. The only way I'll buy into it is if they do, well, I know they're going to, it's just when they do like the Mega Dragonite and the Mega Raichu stuff, I'll do that set, or I'll probably just get those cards specifically. But one quick reminder, we are getting very, very close to that 900 subscribers milestone, and I have a whole bunch of giveaways that I've been wanting to really give away. But if you do enjoy this kind of content, make sure that like button, consider subscribing if you haven't already. The sooner we get to that 900 subscriber milestone, the sooner we do a huge opening for that, and we do all the giveaways at the same time. And then, like usual, I'll give away all the rules to the giveaways once we get to that point. But just want to throw that out there just in case anyone's watching that's not subscribed. Hopefully this will be the reason why you subscribe and hang out. But we have some battle partners. We have some Heatwave Arena, and of course the old glory to Team Rocket. I prefer the Japanese equivalent to that, which is unfortunate because these two sets made the English Destined Rivals, and for some reason I like it less. This set by itself wasn't great, but by itself it's fine, especially because it has Team Rocket in the name. But you guys have heard me rant about that long enough. I don't want to take up too much time doing that. So we have 60 packs in total. I have these little 10-pack bundles. And anytime I buy Japanese packs, I try and buy them in at least stacks of 10. And then I put them in these little protective sleeves, and I just stockpile them for a rainy day like this or whenever I get bored. So we're going to start with the battle partners and then work our way down. And we'll just see how the stream goes. All right. Again, 30 packs of these nice little 10-pack bundles. But again, won't be too crazy long of a stream. If you just want to hang out and chit chat, you're more than welcome to. If you're popping in and out, I appreciate you coming by. But yeah, let's just get into it. So these little protectors are actually for my CGC graded cards, but it fits 10 packs in here perfectly. It's not too smushed. It keeps them nice and fresh. So yeah. All right. Good old battle partners. It's sad because I didn't really open up much Journey Together, which is kind of unfortunate because I actually like that set, even though a lot of people didn't. Price comparison for Japanese packs compared to the English ones, I'd much rather stick with the Japanese packs. A lot of these packs I was getting for $2 to $3, maybe $4 at the most. The English counterparts, you're paying $9 to $10, if not higher. And I'd rather pass, especially these are much better card quality. And yeah, I think overall a little bit better experience there. So I'm sticking with these. If I put this over here, is that still? Yeah, I think that's still in view a little bit. Trying to find a new spot to put bulk. I'll just move them over here. Right. There we go. Problem solved. See how quick that was? But hopefully everyone had a good weekend, did something fun. I hung out for a good bit yesterday, didn't really do much. This morning I woke up, started making some more progress out in the garage. In theory, what I'm doing is I'm converting. Hey, what's going on? How we doing, man? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are as well. But yeah, I'm kind of converting everything in the garage that's packaged in like a cardboard box. Yeah, I know it's been too long. It's been too long. Everything in the garage that's in a cardboard box, I'm converting over to plastic tubs. And I'm just doing so it's a little more organized and all the tubs are the same size. And then my ultimate plan is to buy like some racks to put on the left and right side in the garage. Adjust all the shelves so they fit all the tubs, and then everything's readily accessible. Plus, with the plastic tubs, you can at least see through them so you know what's in there. I mean, anyone can label cardboard boxes all day long, but if you reuse the same boxes over and over, you know, you inevitably it's kind of a mystery, and I'm trying to avoid that, especially to help out my parents a little bit. Yeah, so I think at least one day of every weekend going forward, I'm just going to make some progress on that. And again, it keeps me busy. It allows me to kind of go through some of my stuff as well. And again, I'll eventually get to a point where it's all done. It'll be nice and organized, kind of easily access everything. And I know my parents would appreciate it. So yeah, a little back and forth. All right, nothing too crazy so far in these good old Battle Partners packs. I do like a lot of the artwork from these, so I don't mind going through this even if we don't pull anything. All the packs here today I bought from random vendors, so it's not like I got everything from one person. With that being said, I know I mentioned this in the last video, and I apologize. I will be putting up some polls. I may even do it after this stream. I know it's something I said I was going to do before. But yeah, it's just kind of, you know, getting feedback from you guys to see what kind of stuff you want to see. Especially, you know, in the case of like Fridays, right? If I don't have anything Final Fantasy related, what can we fill that gap with? And then the Sunday streams, what kind of content you want to see going forward. Again, I'm not really doing a lot of the Mega Evolution sets in English or Japanese. Oh, nice. Finally got hit. There we go. Nice little Salamence EX. So what do you guys want to see in the filler, right? I wouldn't mind going through some of the older binders, right? Looking at the sealed collection. It's been a little while. Even just some organization, right? I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to put in binders. I do have, we're going to spin Mail Day back up. I know it's been a long time since we've done that. But even with Mail Day, right? Like, do you guys want to see me get in like stuff to open or stuff for like the collection, right? Whether it's cards I'm missing, you know. So there's going to be a couple options into that, in those polls. I'm going to post them on here, Instagram, and in Discord. So check them out wherever you see fit. And again, if you want to comment on those as well, so I get more feedback, the more feedback, the better. I would truly appreciate it. But yeah, not saying that I'm going to drastically change everything up. This is the, I love what someone renamed this character is. This is the Scalper. This is our modern day Pokemon Scalper. It's kind of perfectly fitting. But yeah, that's the Scalper. I'm assuming there's a full art. But yeah, so like I said, I don't know if it's going to drastically change the content that we make on the channel, but again, just for feedback, right? I'm just trying to hear you all, the people that enjoy the content, and check me out and see what you guys think. So, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, so nothing too crazy in the first 10. Again, I just get these from random, whether it's eBay vendors or on TCG Player. But I've been buying a lot of these, and it's funny because, you know, even with these battle partners, right? If you buy 30 packs loose, like I did, and I bought them from 3 different vendors, it's way cheaper compared to buying a booster box. So, and yes, I know that, you know, maybe the chances are higher you're going to pull something, maybe they're less. At least with a Japanese booster box, you know, you're bound to get at least like those 3 art rares, and then a secret or SAR. But I don't know, I used to do the same thing with English, right? Like I would buy a bunch of sleeve blisters from a bunch of random places and try my luck that way. So there's the thought process behind it. Ooh, okay, nice. Starting off this one. Nice little EX there, I'll take it. But yeah, if you want to get into some of these current sets, but don't feel like overpaying, and trust me, I'm usually all for supporting local game shops and stores, but some of them still just way too expensive and overpriced. So yeah, and again, if you only really care about the artwork, you don't care about the language, Japanese sets are really, really good to get into. Chinese sets, especially simplified Chinese, they're kind of low-key creeping up. But even like the Korean sets, you know, I mean, there's a lot of other sets that are way cheaper than English, but you still get the experience. You don't have to pay as much, but you still get nice looking cards, especially the simplified Chinese. They use the English Pokemon backs, which I think is hilarious, but the card quality and quality control is so much better. So again, just a little, you know, hints, right? If it's something, ooh, nice, another hit back to back. All right. Yeah, if you're struggling like I am, where like anytime you go to a store, there's nothing, or you just really don't feel like overpaying, which I support that 100%. Don't overpay for this. But yeah, again, it's just my suggestions on how I go about doing this. But again, I can only give advice. You make those decisions how you see fit. If you're fine with overpaying, so you can stay up with all the current sets, or some other YouTuber told you should because, you know, they get stuff for free and they act like they struggle as well, then hey, so be it. But again, that's just me. Rant complete. All right. So look at that. I got the obligatory plug-in early. I got the rant out of the way. So now I'm just here to chit-chat and hang out. Ooh, Siliglyph, one of my favorite psychic types. And good old Butterfree. All right, just getting them knocked out, man. Just checking the list off, meeting all the quotas. Really like this Iono's, was that Electabuzz? Or no, not Electabuzz, Voltorb. My goodness, my brain is broken. It's been too long. All right, let's see what's behind it. What is that? Good old Pangoro. You know, it took me a second because of how this artwork is. It's kind of tough. I don't know. I feel like some artwork, you can obviously, you know, depict the Pokemon right away. And other ones, like, especially with a lot of the Terrapagos artwork, sometimes you got to search for the Pokemon, which is, I don't know, can be frustrating at times. Speaking of Pokemon, I have been playing Legends ZA on the Switch. And I know I mentioned, I want to stream and I want to do the whole gaming channel thing, but I still haven't got a capture card. I haven't set that up just yet. So, yeah, it's still a work in progress, guys. If that's something you want to see, obviously let me know. If you don't, then I won't stream it. I'll just keep playing the games and I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, there's other games I'm playing and want to play that I'd like to stream and show off. No, unfortunately not. No, I wish. I made some pretty good progress on Paldean Fates, but never completed either one of those, unfortunately. How about you? That's the other thing too, right? Like, I'm going back, and when I was talking about Mail Day earlier, I'm getting cards from some of these older sets, and not super old, right? But stuff from like Sword and Shield generation that I'm missing, even like early Scarlet Violet. A lot of Mail Day is going to be a lot of single and loose cards. Ooh, nice. We're going full tilt on EXs today. But yeah, I'm trying to get stuff, especially with like Scarlet Violet promos, because you guys know I completed all the Sword and Shield ones, but not the Scarlet Violet. So that's what Mail Days kind of consist of, at least how I want to go about doing it. Just gonna be a lot of stuff like that, you know, completing some sets, getting cards to grade. Just it's kind of my thought process behind it. Might even work on some really, really old stuff. Like, I want to get some cards for the WotC Black Star promos. I'm not missing too many, but again, be some cool mail day content, seeing some vintage stuff come through. Ooh, okay, nice. There we go. Finally got an art rare. All right, I was getting a little nervous. We're hitting a lot of EXs, but there we go. Finally, a beautiful art rare. Good old Iono's Kilowattrel. It's funny, I was looking at this card the other day because I have it graded. I got it graded somewhat recently, but yeah. Always a beautiful card. I like how colorful it is. You got Iono in her kind of chibi form there, so not too bad. I'll take it. All right. That pack was a little bit bent. You see a little bit of the curve there. Well, I am short by 2 ultra rares and 1. Wow. That's not bad. That's looking pretty complete. You're getting real close. I know you're going to keep working on that, so good luck. Best of luck to you. Send me some screenshots of what you're missing. I'll see if I can help out at all. All right, good old Magmar and... Ooh, a holo. There we go. Still getting something. I'll take it. All right, slide these over. Just leave up this holo. Yeah, not too bad. Again, decent amount of hits so far. And we've still got a bunch of packs to go through. 60 packs in total. Yeah, no, I got you. I understand. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm the other way, where I had way more for Paldean Fates versus Shiny Treasure. But again, I mean, you guys remember that stream. Like, I opened up so many of both, which was insane. I think it was like 100 packs of one and like 200 packs of the other, which was absolutely insane. Still one of my most viewed live streams, besides like one of my CGC recaps. Which, speaking about, I do have a CGC submission that's... It should be done this week. I say should, because from what I can see, it's in like the last stages of the process. So hopefully it'll be done this week. If it is done, that means I can pick it up on Friday when I'm leaving work. And then we have content for Friday. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, but that should be fun. And hopefully that comes through. That'd be really nice. It's going to be a nice submission. It's the big 50, right? So it's the big Blastoise submission. So that's going to be a really, really fun stream. But again, keep an eye out. But yeah, hopefully it's done. Oh my goodness, really? This pack's really fighting me. Hopefully it's done. And again, I can only pick them up on Fridays, and they usually do it like when you're leaving for the day, just so nothing gets like what we call cross-contaminated, right? We don't have customer cards being mixed with employee cards, which is totally understandable. But, ooh, nice, another EX. But yeah, again, that comes through. That'll be our content for Friday. And then again, keep an eye out on the polls on all the various social media platforms for what kind of content you guys want to see for Sundays. Might even get some more of those Kingdom Hearts Art Museum packs. You guys saw me open that up recently as well. That was a lot of fun. I'm only missing 9 cards from having a complete set. Got some people over on Instagram helping me complete that set, so I appreciate you. But yeah, definitely want to keep working on that. That was a lot of fun too. All right, let's see what's behind this. Ooh, nice. Okay, nice. All right. You know, hey, we're still getting a lot of pulls, whether they're EXs or not. I'll gladly take it. It's better than getting absolutely nothing. So, you know, that's the one thing you're always nervous about when you're buying loose packs, especially Japanese. You know, oh, you're never going to pull anything. Well, I'm doing all right. Nothing crazy high end yet, obviously, but I'll take it. It's again, it's better than getting nothing. It still makes this fun. Good old Metapod. I like that artwork on that one. And ooh, nice. Was that Darmanitan? Yeah, I think that's right. All right. Yeah, I was looking at a lot of, you know, the more recent sets, especially with Scarlet and Violet ending with the black and white sets. I was trying to think about if I want to open up more of those, which is back to back. Okay. I opened up a lot of black and white when my buddy Alex came back from Japan. You guys remember that stream? So I'm still trying to think if I want to keep pushing with that. But again, I'm kind of taking a break in terms of like staying up with the latest and greatest stuff. Mainly because I don't really have any interest with the Mega Evolution sets or this subset or this sub-generation. A lot of people are like, no, this is Gen 10. It's like, no, it's not. Just keep up with trends, people. All right, let's see what we get. A whole bunch of nothing. But yeah, and again, unless there's something that's, you know, featuring, you know, Blastoise, Raichu, or Dragonite, which we already know from Legends ZA that there are Mega Raichus, both X and Y versions, kind of like they did in Charizard back in the day. And then, you know, we know that there's a Mega Dragonite, so whether it's going to be featured in a set or it's just going to be part of a set, you know, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Well, yeah, and I can imagine shipping out to you would be crazy expensive, so it makes sense for you to pick on other things and work on other languages. You know what I mean? Like, if you only really care about the artwork and you don't care what language it's in. I love seeing this one here. It looks like he's just trotting down in the valley there. It makes sense. Ooh, nice. Okay, very nice. Hungry, what's going on? How we doing? But yeah, it makes sense. Again, a lot of that would cost you so much in shipping stuff and fees and all that. So, like I always mentioned, right? Collect what you want and how you want. You guys saw one of the recent streams that we showed off my buddy's personal collection, which is absolutely insane, and it grew very, very quickly. But yeah, again, it makes sense. Don't overpay, right? Oh, look, we got the scalper. Hopefully, we'll pull him in the full art. I kind of skipped over this, but we got Hops Wooloo. Looks absolutely amazing. I love that one. Again, completely different art styles here, but still two absolutely beautiful cards. All right, let's see what we got here. So we got the Scalper, we got a Bug, Siliglyph. Was that Snubble? No, not Snubble. That's Swinub. Yeah, Swinub. Snubble's the other pink dog-looking thing. And yeah, good old bird. But yeah, let me know what you guys have been opening up. Have you been able to find stuff locally? You're buying from local card shops? Or you're just purchasing everything online? You know, it's sad to think that the days of me, let's see, recently opened up Team Rocket. Wow. Okay, nice. There you go. Hopefully had some good hits there. I was going to say, it's kind of sad that, you know, I used to have a reliable source in the Pokemon Center website, but we all know how that's going currently. It's riddled with bots, and they don't care to fix it because they're making their money. So, yeah, it's kind of sad to see how that's playing out. If you're still able to get stuff from the Pokemon Center website, congratulations. You know, that's awesome. I'm excited for you. But to me, it's not really worth trying to, you know, sit in a queue for hours on end knowing that the inventory was gone in the first 10 seconds. And, you know, it's just unfortunate. Again, I used to use that even for the personal collection, right? If I could only get like one ETB or even sleeve packs just for me, I was okay with it. But that doesn't work anymore. All right, so did pretty well in Battle Partners, you know, out of 30 packs. We still got 2 beautiful art rares. We got a bunch of EXs, which I was totally okay with. And then at least 1 holo. So, again, not too bad. We'll do a full recap at the very end, depending on what other hits we get. But, again, not too bad. I'll just organize this real quick, because otherwise I'm just going to have to go back and do it later anyway. Good old OCD. Got to love it. All right. So there we go. That's done. I'll move you up and off to the side over here. Let's see. It's off screen. Nope, it is not. All right. I'll just put it up top here. All right. Next. 20 packs of Heat Wave Arena. Obviously, you guys know the big chases for this one. You know, and that's one thing I was thinking about too, right? Like, depending on how Gen 10 works, whenever that drops, you know, and availability of English, I may just focus on, you know, opening and completing Japanese sets going forward, because it's going to be a lot cheaper, even in the short term. You know, even like the higher end cards from all these sets are way cheaper than their English counterparts. So even if you had to buy like this one, right? If you had to buy the high end Ho-Oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's still not going to be as expensive as if you're trying to get on English. So, what's going on, Say? How we doing? But yeah, like I said, I may transition to that just because I do enjoy the Japanese packs. You're still getting, again, beautiful artwork. The card quality is so much better, and it's way cheaper. So, you know, it all makes sense to me. Let me know what you guys think. It should be a membership you can subscribe to. Right, exactly. Yeah, I would be fine with that. And New Kid, that would be great, especially, and again, people would pay whatever. Ooh, nice. Starting off with a nice holo. Especially with a subscription like that, where you have a paywall that stops bots. Or even if, you know, they found a way to buy it, it would allow them to better you know, mediate that kind of thing. No, I think that'd be great. I would love to see that. But again, the Pokemon Company gets their money one way or another, so it comes down to like an integrity check for them, being like, hey, like, do we really care about stopping bots, or do they just not care at all because, hey, you know, there's a million orders placed, you know, 30 seconds after the pre-orders for a brand new set came out. But again, you know, it comes down to corporate greed, and if people actually care about customer bases or not, that's a whole long-winded story. Yeah, I know, right? It seems insane. Yeah, between Nintendo and the Pokemon Company and Game Freak, I know we're asking a lot here, but 2 beautiful hollows back to back. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, right? Asking super rich, wildly successful, billion-dollar companies to have some decency and not care about money for once. But I don't know, you gotta be careful. It seems like a wild, outlandish thought to have. All right, anyway, Heatwave Arena got 2 hollows out of 2 packs so far. Let's see if we can continue. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're ramping up. Got that beautiful Ho-Oh EX there. It's a Ethan's Ho-Oh. But yeah, like I said, maybe I'll just do that and I'll switch to just opening up Japanese until the English market kind of calms down. And if anything, I'll just get English stuff just for the sealed collection. But again, I mean, even with Japanese, right? Like the amount that I could, like booster boxes, right? I could buy 2 Japanese booster boxes, keep 1 sealed, open 1, and, oh, nice, way off center. Well, not way off center, but a little bit off center. Good old greed in there. But yeah, for the amount it would cost me for 1 English booster box, which the other comparison too, right? And again, for people that haven't opened up English and Japanese, English booster boxes are like 80% fluff, maybe even 85%, you know, rough estimate. You get so much bulk and repeats over and over and over again. Where with a Japanese booster box, you know, you can get about 80 to 85% of the set in 1 box. And then you're just trying to harp down on some of the, ooh, nice, we're doing really good. You know, then you're just kind of clean up the secret rares and the SARs, maybe some of the art rares. But again, I feel like that is a great question. If you want to research that, let me know. I'd be interested in doing that too, right? Any of the other foreign languages, right? Especially because, hey, if the artwork's still nice and the card quality is better than English, I'll take it. I'll try it. But no, that's a good question. I know that, you know, even like the Spanish market's getting pretty popular as well. Oh, that I wish. Yeah, that would be amazing. I would absolutely love to. I think you have a better shot in doing that than I do. Especially, ooh, nice. All right, more Ho-Oh EXs. Especially with your job compared to mine, you definitely have a much better shot of ending up over there. You know, maybe after I retire from the military, that would be really fun to do. Buy a little piece of property over there and ride out my time. But again, I think even, you know, there's some good vendors here in the U.S., especially for Japanese packs. Ooh, first dud. But again, I just think, you know, the way I used to, you know, put out content on here, yeah, I know that would be awesome, dude, for sure. But the days of, you know, as much English stuff as I used to open and being able to be like, all right, so we're going to do a booster box and then ETBs, and then we're going to do, you know, sleeve blisters and then booster bundles and then, you know, any of the random promotional stuff. Those days are long gone, unfortunately. You know, again, unless there's a huge drop, which I don't know. We'll see how that goes. The way that I just used to be able to get my hands on product is unfortunately gone. But hey, you know, I'm still collecting. I'm still ripping packs here and there. I'm still having fun. Still seeing this absolutely annoying Pokemon. Yeah, again, still trying to find ways to have fun with it. And just keep the routine, right? Especially now that I have, you know, kind of set in stone and with my work schedule and how that goes. And, you know, that doesn't really affect any of my streaming stuff. So it's just trying to find stuff in time to have stuff on a weekly basis. Hey, look, it's Electabuzz pointing at scalpers. Like, oh, look at that guy. Just take everything at the store. Ooh, nice. Okay, very nice. Yeah, I mean, the only thing they really had at Best Buy was some of the Magic the Gathering stuff. But it wasn't any of the Final Fantasy stuff. So I didn't see any Pokemon, unfortunately. All right. So not too bad. Out of 10 packs of Heatwave Arena, that's how many hits we got so far. We have another 10 packs to go through. And then we have Glory to Team Rocket, which That's really the only Japanese set as of late that I've been working on trying to complete. You guys have seen progress on that. Maybe I'll break out the binder and show you a little bit more progress. Or maybe I'll just wait till the next mail day. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Maybe I have some stuff coming in the mail that you might want to wait to see. But yeah, again, I'm not overly impressed with the Team Rocket set, and you guys know that I've said a million times. I don't need to keep repeating myself. But again, compared to some of the other sets, I still think it was worth completing. So I'm working on that. Like I said, next time we do mail day, I'll break out some of the binders. And obviously, as we go through all the mail and we check everything, we'll start putting stuff away and just do a little bit of a progress check. Which one? The original one? So there's technically OG Team Rocket. So you have Rocket Gang / Team Rocket. And then you have Team Rocket Returns, which I wish I could buy into that. But I missed that one. That's when I was kind of out of the loop. Man, we're still getting hollows. I'll take it. But yeah, Gloria Team or Team Rocket Returns is pretty sick. Oh yeah, Destined Rivals. So this is So technically, glory to Team Rocket, right? Again, it's not my favorite set by any means, but the Japanese set is definitely better than the English one. But they just made some really poor choices with the cards and the Pokemon that are featured. But yeah, it's kind of like how you like Final Fantasy X too. You know, I mean, I know that's your favorite game of all time, so I get it. To each their own, right? Everyone can like stuff, whether I think it's terrible or not. All right, let's see what we got here. Nothing. But yeah, and again, that's the one thing about collecting, right? In any kind of hobby, right? Like a lot of people were kind of busting my chops because like, oh, you're finally getting into Magic because of Final Fantasy. It's like, yeah, absolutely. Like it's because of Final Fantasy. Like there's no other Magic sets, even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. You know, the Spider-Man is a huge flop. But I think there's a lot of just really randomness that's brought to Magic the Gathering, and plus, since I don't play it, you know, that's one of those where I feel like is a way more playable TCG than anything else. I do want to learn how to play Final Fantasy TCG, as we talked about before. Yeah, but, and I agree with what you're saying, Saya, but like, Magic the Gathering's become that now, where like, they are literally like the Fortnite of trading card games, where they're like, oh, like, I don't know, just all the random stuff they're doing. And again, I thought some of the SpongeBob stuff was funny, you know, but now they're going to have like a set from The Office with Dwight Schrute. You know, I mean, there's just all kinds of really dumb stuff. Like, again, the Spider-Man IP absolutely flopped. That's one thing I can find everywhere, no matter where I go. But again, then you have some big hits like Final Fantasy, which I knew was going to be a big hit. It's just obvious. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one's probably going to be a big hit. The Avatar Last Airbender, that's going to be a huge hit. You know what I mean? Like, but again, yeah, there a lot of those crossovers are absolutely insane. They just seem, ooh, nice, another EX. It just seems obnoxious. But again, like, it's because Hasbro is very similar to the Pokemon Company, where they don't really care. People are just buying every single thing they put out. And no matter how much the community pushes back, unless, and here's a big asterisk that we'll probably never see for any trading cards. Let's say a set comes out and a community just says, nope, no one's buying it. And nobody truly does, right? Obviously, the content creators are always going to buy it because that's what they get paid to do. Ooh, another Gyarados. But, you know, I mean, if everyone was like, hey, the next Pokemon set that comes out, we're not buying it until, you know, you change these things, or, you know, you make things readily available and you fight the bots, you know what I mean? But same thing with Magic, right? Like if people are like, hey, we're done with all these stupid crossover spin-off sets, then, you know, maybe they'll change their minds. But again, we're talking about giant corporations here. Highly unlikely, but hey, you know, you can vote with your wallet however you see fit. But yeah, it definitely is getting kind of crazy. The one thing I'm kind of glad we haven't seen yet in Pokemon, which I'm nervous because, of course, I'm going to say this, and then like tomorrow, PokeBeach is going to be like, oh, by the way, this is happening. The thing I'm worried about coming to Pokemon is serialized cards. Because the second that happens, you think stuff's bad now. You think prices are bad now. You think product availability is bad now. Let the Pokemon company start serializing cards. it's over. It's completely over. Because you're going to have cards that are instantly $5,000-$6,000 before anyone's even pulled them. But again, I hope that doesn't come anytime soon. Technically, there's only one serialized card in the modern Pokemon era, and it's the simplified Chinese Mew that came out, which we've graded a few of them at work. Most of them have come out pristines, if not gem mint. But they're crazy expensive. But again, they limited them to a certain amount. I think it's 1,151. But again, those are serialized Pokemon cards. But I'm talking about like mainstream, like this set here, right? If they're like, all right, cool, so this card's serialized now, or the big hits are serialized, it would be very chaotic, and I think a lot of people would drop off for sure. All right, the Ancient Mews are growing in price. Yeah, if you have even any of those sealed, you're probably sitting really nice right now. But yeah, a lot of the old sealed promos are going crazy expensive right now. But again, we're just in this boom right now, which, hey, like, I'm interested to see how long it lasts. But it's a bubble for a reason, right? Like, people are already starting to see slight declines in some of this stuff, but again, it comes down to, are you trying to play the long con and just hold for investment stuff? Are you just, hey, I want to complete this set right here, right now? Are you trying to go back and buy vintage stuff, which that would probably be my recommendation not to do currently, just because everything is so expensive. I was looking at some of my stuff, even from like recent sets, right? Like Sword and Shield era, even early Scarlet Violet, even some of the Sun and Moon stuff. It's absolutely insane how expensive a lot of that stuff is now. But again, timing is everything, right? Like, if you look at XY Evolutions, it was okay when it came out initially. Then everyone's like, okay, we're sick and tired of it. No one wanted it. And now it's like $900 a booster box for stuff that nobody wanted for months on end. And they shoved in every different promotional product they had. But again, it's just taking that risk. And not every single person's going to know when the best time to buy or sell is. But again, I mean, it's just like any other investment, right? And a lot of people fail to realize that with this shiny cardboard that, you chase after and you open up endlessly, whether you pull stuff or not. Most people, well, I won't say most. Some people actually play. Yeah, of course. No, I agree. But again, it's one of those things where it's like any other investment, right? There's high points and low points. You got to know when to buy. You got to know when to hold. You got to know when to sell. But yeah, and that's another one. And again, I missed out on that. Like the prismatic special premium collection or super premium collection, whatever they're called. I missed out on that. Even some of the other ones, right? Like, but if you look at the 151 ultra premium collection, that one skyrocketed recently. I mean, obviously 151 is probably one of the best modern sets. But again, it's just, there's stuff like that where I look at my sealed collection. I'm like, well, I'm glad I have this, or, I'm like, man, it's unfortunate I missed out on that. And that's the other thing too, saying, like, again, my own personal opinion, like, Pokemon Pocket and like the online TCG was such a bad idea. Now, again, it's very popular, right? If you look at some of the recent reports and stuff like that, there's people talking about how they make like billions, and they're multi-billion-dollar game. But again, it's the FOMO, right? They put out, digital cards, and people are like, oh, I'm going to miss out if I don't buy this. There's people I see on Instagram that literally have like, oh, I've pulled 10,000 cards, or, I've opened up this many packs. It's like, cool, for what? Like, if they shut the game down tomorrow, you have nothing. At least with this, even if I'm pulling garbage all day long, I hold on to these sealed packs, I still have some value assigned to it. No one's going to buy your app or your phone that has an app on it because, oh, I have all these cards from a digital game. But again, and that's the thing too, New Kid, like, it's just getting lucky sometimes, Anyway, Glory to Team Rocket, 10 packs. Let's see how we do here. Kind of burning through those other packs pretty quick, but I'm having a good time. I'm hanging out. Again, just a chill Sunday. After this, probably going to sort some of this stuff and then set my laptop back up because where this is set up at, I'll get to that in a second. And that's good. And I'm glad you're one of those people, say, because I think that's how it should be, right? Like, it's very rare to see people that play games and be like, well, I'm not going to spend any money, or I'm not going to do any microtransactions. And there's games that I play that I definitely invest money into, but it's because I think there's value in it, right? Or I've seen there be value on the tail end, right? Where it goes back into production, or it goes back into more content for the game. So depending on what it is, for sure. I played Final Fantasy 14 for over 10 years. I played Destiny 2 since the beginning, and even currently when there's like no one playing it. You know what I mean? It's what you want to sink your money into, and if you feel you get value out of it. But some people, and again, I do blame, people who make content. I mean, it's funny hearing me say that, but a lot of people overhype this stuff, or, they're like, oh, we're ripping 10,000 packs in Pokemon Pocket today. It's like, yeah, could you just not, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm not trying to be negative, but you guys know me long enough. I'm just realistic with certain things, right? I do research from whatever viewpoint it comes from, and I make my own opinions. And again, I'm always open to have a discussion about it, right, and be civilized adults and talk about it, which I think we do pretty well here. We don't really ever have too many crazy heated debates or go off any, outlandish topics, but hey, completely understandable, say it, but that was one thing where even now they still have a subscription base. But if you look at the two biggest MMOs of all time currently running, is World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14. Both of them are subscription model based, and it's worked. I mean, not every game needs to be that way, obviously, but for the ones that have been around a long time, it makes sense why, right? Like they make money off the subscriptions and the microtransactions, and immediately goes back into the development of those games. And I only say this because, like, my limited experience as a game designer, and kind of peeling back the onion and looking at things from that perspective, right? These companies that, put hundreds of $1 million into these projects, they have to make their money back one way or another, right? So, sneaker community, yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of the scalpers that came from that stuff, or scalping anything, and then they're like, oh, well, Pokemon's an opportunity, let's make money here. But I think that the biggest thing that ruined it was a lot of the bots. Once people started figuring out, oh, hey, you can set up a bot and it can do everything for me, I don't even have to be there, I just have to leave my computer on. No, I agree. That was kind of the start of the downfall. How far is that going to go? Who knows, right? It just depends on, again, we're talking about corporations trying to do the right thing. But, we're in a crazy time, but try and make the best of it. Enjoy it how you see fit. Don't go too crazy. Don't spend every dime you have trying to chase cardboard. But that's just my own opinion. Be a responsible adult, or if you're a kid watching this for some reason, don't spend all your parents' money, please. They probably work really, really hard to give you the things that you have. Ooh, nice. Don't abuse it. Be thankful, especially this time of year. And again, I don't really go on too many rants here, but we're getting into the holiday season, right? Whether you celebrate it or not, or whatever you celebrate, just be thankful, right? Be appreciative of what you have. Don't look at other people and be jealous and be like, oh, I wish I had that. If it's something that you think you can work towards, especially if you're an adult and you're an able-bodied individual, well, work hard, be smart, invest, save money, put money to the side, and you can get those things that you want. But again, it's totally okay with being appreciative of what you have, right? And social media doesn't do a good job of that. Instagram shoves stuff down your face all the time of all these people that are ripping all kinds of crazy packs, and it's only ever highlights, right? Think about that for a second. If you go on Instagram, most of it is a lot of doctored content of people just pulling absolutely awesome stuff, or it's just the big hits, or it's, hey, look at my crazy expensive collection, or hey, look at me as a vendor. You don't really see a lot of stuff like this where people are just pulling duds left and right, or just basic EXs and stuff. What's up? But again, it's just, you don't really see a lot of this on social media because most of it's not really entertaining. It doesn't bring money in. It's just people hanging out and just trying to, just bullshit for a little bit. Nah, I'm good on that, new kid. Like, I easily could, and I say that because I can code. Like, I could figure it out very easily. It's just not for me, because I know I'm taking away from people that either have kids and they're just trying to collect casually, or that's someone's one opportunity to get something. And I don't know, I just don't see the point. So anyway, with that being said, didn't really do too well on the Glory to Team Rocket, but you know what? I'm in kind of a good mood. I'm enjoying the conversation, and this is something I was going to put off for a while, but you know what? Because I'm having fun, and I don't want to sound like an ass, but because I can, we're going to do something cool. All right, so Glory to Team Rocket. Yes, this is a open booster box, right? This is one I've opened up previously, but what I do is I've been kind of collecting 153. I've been collecting Glory to Team Rocket, so let's open up some more. Why not, right? Let's have fun with it. What the hell? It's only cardboard. So here we go. Now our 10 packs of Glory to Team Rocket are now 50 packs. So yeah, let's have fun with it, right? Yeah, and again, dude, I'm telling you, Saya, these are the way to go. Definitely a chill stream. For all these packs, right, even the ones you saw me rip earlier, I paid anywhere between $2.30 to $3 per pack on these. If I was buying this English, you're looking at $10 plus. Some vendors are even creeping up to 12 to 14. So I don't mind opening these. I honestly don't. It's fun. I'm having a good time. And again, I got all these fairly cheap. And you know, there's packs I was gonna kind of hold off to the side, right? Because again, I want to do a really, really cool opening for the next milestone, but you know, because that I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. And I still have some of these off to the side to keep for the sealed collection. You know, might as well have fun with it. But here we go. Another 10. You know, it's funny. I had these off to the side. And I was like, you know, depending on how the stream goes, maybe I'll open them, maybe I won't. And then, you know, we got to Heatwave Arena, and I was like, all right, we're doing all right. You know, maybe I won't open these. And then, of course, you know, the one set that I didn't want to be a dud was a dud. But again, you know, and all these, by the way, are from random vendors. So, but here we go. More Glory to Team Rocket. Let's see if we can get any other big hits. Let me pull the hits back onto the table. Again, we only got 2 hits from the previous bit. But let's keep going, and let's see if our luck will change, right? And yes, I could have bought booster boxes, right, to guarantee me at least certain things. But again, I just like the randomness of it, right? And even if there's not, say, you know what I mean, like I'm just chilling, I'm having fun. Maybe I'll get some other cards. Okay, there we go. Nice art rare there. So there we go. Good old Rockets Raticate. One of the few Pokemon in this set that actually makes sense and belongs in this set. But I won't go on that rant. I think I've done that enough. A little bit off center, right, from left to right. Hey, what's going on? How we doing? Did you change your name on here, by the way? Because now it shows up as Crocodile. So I'm assuming you did. But I feel like your name was different on here. But either way, how are you? Nice to see you. It's been a little bit. We're just ripping through some packs here. Started off with 60 packs. And now we're going to creep into about 100 just because why not? But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend. Again, start work again tomorrow. But again, I truly enjoy work. It's always fun going in there. And the people I work with and work around, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I knew it was you, Wabbit. I don't know. It's just weird that that's popping up. Yeah, there's some cards in this set that just don't make sense. But no, like I was saying about work. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Yeah, I work around a lot of people that are into the hobby in one way or another, right? Whether it's Magic or One Piece or Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. And you know what I mean? It's just fun to work around a super positive environment. It's super chill. There's never any stress. You know, even we had some orders come up that were like, hey, these are almost, you know, coming up to the due date. Okay, cool. We stopped what we were doing. Everyone worked together as a team and got those orders pushed. And, you know, it was a successful day. So, and even my own personal goals that I have set for myself. Ooh, nice. Moltres. You know, I keep raising the bar almost every day. Now, obviously, there's going to be some down days. Not every day can be a huge, crazy day. But even for where my goals are that my management has set for me, I'm well above them, and I'm a little bit ahead on like my month-to-month plan. So again, it's just finding my rhythm, and hopefully there's some good stuff that hits my desk. And yeah, it just, again, it's fun. I truly enjoy what I do for work. And you know, if it wasn't for the traffic heading there and heading back, it would be honestly a perfect job. And I would love to move closer, but everywhere closer to where I work is very, very expensive, unfortunately. But it's all good. Again, no complaints. I know not a lot of people have that luxury of enjoying what they do for work. A lot of people work so they can bring money in and, you know, have food on the table. But again, it's nice to say that, ugh, and then I get to look at terrible stuff like this. But yeah. All right. Don't worry, this is not the last pack. We have a bunch more to go through. I decided to pull out more from the stash, so let's keep going. Let's have some fun. Ooh, good old Nidoqueen. You know, that should be Giovanni's Nidoqueen instead of Team Rocket's, but hey, that's just me. Someone just dropped a sub. Appreciate you. I just saw the notification come through. Which would be your least favorite? Oh, I don't know. Say that's tough because I don't like any of them. I think all of them are absolutely terrible, whether it's the lawnmower or the fridge or whatever the hell I just pulled on that previous one. I think I guess that's the one area where I can be fair. They're all equally terrible. It's like that Family Guy skit where like, guys, you're both just terrible. Yeah, they're both just awful, right? Whether it's the microwave or the dryer, washing machine, fridge, lawnmower, whatever it is, it's just some designer was lazy. And not to, you know, trash talk the illustrators, right? I mean more of like the person who came up with the idea. Someone's like, hey, I'm bored. Let me just put this weird face on inanimate electronics, and I have job security for the rest of my life. Good old Wobbuffet. There we go. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's so crazy. Ooh, appreciate you. Very nice. Appreciate the kind words. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, and again, we're just chilling, just having a good time. Again, it was only going to be a 60-pack stream, and I like how chill everything's been, and everyone's having nice conversations. So, yeah, it's been great. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. But again, keep an eye out for all those polls, guys. Again, I'm going to post some here on YouTube. I'm going to post some on Instagram. I'm going to post some over on Discord. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Very, very kind. But yeah, again, I'm going to put some polls up to see what kind of content you guys want to see going forward. And again, the schedule is not going to change, right? I'm still going to do Friday streams. I'm still going to do Sunday streams. I may adjust timing, right? But again, if you guys think some other times would work better, feel free to comment. You know what I mean? I go through every comment that people make, especially because I'm a fairly small channel, so I have that luxury. I feel bad for people that have like millions of people and, you know, tens of thousands of comments on everything. You don't really have that luxury of going through everything. But yeah, I said I read every comment. I go through everything. So again, feedback or constructive criticism is always welcomed. So all right, let's see what we got. So we got a couple hollows, a couple EXs. We got that nice, beautiful art rare. Let's see if we can spice it up just a little bit. Okay, well, we got the flame chicken, so there we go. It did spice up just a little bit. I'll take it. If anyone out there is playing Legend ZA, what starter did you pick, and how's it going for you? Please, no spoilers, by the way. I am still working through the game. And I know there's post-game content and all that stuff, but yeah, I'm still doing a lot of the Battle Royale stuff and exploring and expanding the map, so please, again, no spoilers. Nice, there we go, got another EX. But yeah, I'm creeping up to like around level 40 for all my Pokemon. So, and I want to say, if I was to guess, I'm probably about halfway through the story, maybe a little bit past half point. But I'm to the point where, like, yeah, I could probably focus on main story, but I keep doing side quests and just keep going to all the different zones and trying to catch all the Pokemon in each zone. So that's what I've been doing. Ooh, another holo. You know, that's a really weird... I don't think I've ever seen a Zamazenta like face on like that. It kind of looks weird. I mean, it's a cool looking card. It's a holo. I'll take it. But I don't know. It's a weird angle. You don't really see this too often. It's always like that side profile with either Zacian or Zamazenta, but I'll take it. Again, another Pokemon. Doesn't make sense why they're in this set, but a cool one nonetheless. Oh, let me keep everything organized here. There we go. All right. One more pack in this bundle. And again, I do these little 10-pack bundles, right? But let's see what we got on this one. A whole bunch of nothing. All right. One more pack in this one. New to the Pokemon community, trying to find his main champ. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Paldean Fates, Black Bull, White Flare. Okay, gotcha. Hey, those are all pretty decent sets. So Paldean Fates is definitely going to be a tough one for you to master. So best of luck with that. What I would suggest, I don't know if you're just trying to rip packs or just buy stuff individually, but you may be better off trying to just buy the cards individually. Again, if you like opening packs, obviously feel free to, right? But that's a set that's just getting more and more expensive. The Black Bull White Flare is not too crazy just yet. So, but the only thing with that set is you have like over 100 art rares to collect in that one. So that's where it gets a little bit crazy. But yeah, all those are pretty good sets. Wish you the best of luck and trying to complete those. For me, outside of Glory to Team Rocket, I'm just working on some of the older sets. Really trying to focus on Sword and Shield era, mainly because, and maybe I'll pull it up here in a minute, but if you look at my Pokélector app, non-sponsored, but I wish they were. For Sword and Shield era, I'm at like 86, 87% complete for the whole era. So that's stuff that I want to keep working on completing some of those sets for sure. Because again, I did complete the promo set. It was 306 promos, which is absolutely insane. See, yeah, this is just dumb. I'm sorry. It's worth interrupting myself. This is dumb. Please stop. It's like that Michael Jordan meme where it's like, stop, get some help. Yeah. Crown Zenith and another two good sets, very, very popular. That's again another set that I'm glad I completed was Crown Zenith. Nice little EX here. Definitely glad I completed Crown Zenith when I did. Same thing with 151. Lost Origin. I want to get into it so bad, but you know, if you guys remember, and maybe this was before some of you were even here, I did open up a full case of Lost Origin sleeve blisters, which wish I could get back to doing that. But yeah, pulled the Giratina super early on, and stupid me, I didn't keep it with my set. I decided to grade it and then sell it, which again, even dumber because I think it graded like an 8.5, which I should have kept. But again, it is what it is, right? That would be cool. And you know, you're going to get to a point, James, where like, even with the Mega Evolution sets, right, now that there are full art item cards, which I won't even get into that. But yeah, you're going to get to a point where you can have a full deck of literally just full arts. Ooh, nice, Crobat. You know what I mean? From trainers to items now. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people do full art sets. And even if it's art rares or just like EXs, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I could definitely see that happening for sure. If I played, I'd probably do something wild like that, but I just collect. I don't really play, so. Yeah. Yeah. But even then, like, I mean, I think it was fair, right? Even for the time. But again, I mean, hell, even if you wanted to grade some of the trainers you have, right? Like, you have a lot of absolutely insane full art trainers. That, again, I know you're collecting the way that you're collecting. I'm not trying to change your mind by any means. But a lot of the cards you're collecting are in really good shape. You know what I mean? So if and when that thought ever crosses your mind, obviously we'll have that conversation. But, yeah, and again, it's weird. No one saw that coming, dude. Like, especially for Hidden Fates, which Again, another set I completed. It's one of my favorite sets. It's one of the best modern sets. I think Hidden Fates is better than Team Up, but that's just me. No one would have ever predicted that 99 cent to $1 full art trainer from 2019 would just boom out of nowhere all these years later. So, but again, that's how this whole market's been lately, where people are buying ridiculous cards and hyping stuff up and be like, oh, buy, and whoever's controlling it or has that influence, that's insane. But yeah, there's a lot of cards that just boomed out of nowhere. So people that are trying to play the long con, look, like this, like, stop, like, this is terrible. Oh, for sure. Yeah, dude, trust me. I've definitely sold some of those Jesse and James for super cheap. It was stuff that I never thought was going to go anywhere. But again, I mean, I've done that a lot. Like, if anyone has ever kept up with my eBay store, look at the stuff I sold there, right? There's a lot of stuff I sold on eBay because I was running it as a store, right? And it was helping me keep bills paid. And I appreciate the situation. Like, all right, another Rotom. This is just stupid. It's a wash machine with arms and a face. Just stop. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I sold on eBay that I wish I would have kept for the personal collection for sure. And a lot of things I made some really good money on and did well, but it fueled to put more money back into the business, right? And it worked. It was successful. I ran it for a few years successfully, and then I started my new job. So as fun as it would be to go back and start up the eBay shop again, I don't know how things would be different this time, honestly. And that's the thing too, and that's great, and it's so good to hear, James, honestly, because like that's what you want, right? You want to join whatever your community is or whatever your hobby is, right? You want to be able to, hop in streams like this, or just go check out someone's content or go on someone's social media page, and it be positive and people hang out and just they're having a good time. So Squirtle Gang, how we doing? Like this right here, like Squirtle Gang's awesome. I mean, like there's a lot of really good people in this community that they're just super chill. Ooh, nice. And that's exactly what I like to see. So I'm glad to hear that someone that's new is already kind of having that experience. And hopefully, you stick around here and we'll continue kind of, keeping those good vibes going. Even though, and again, forgive me ahead of time, I do go on some rants, but it's all with good intentions, and it's just to help you think a certain way, right? And I'm not trying to sway anyone's opinion on anything. It's just giving you a different viewpoint, right? So... And again, I'm open to debate, and we can discuss things as long as everyone's civilized adults and, no one's yelling at anyone or kind of, trash talking to anybody. We can have those conversations, and I'm all for it. All right. So here we go. Last 10. I know we're kind of ripping through these pretty quick, but last 10 for now. Again, for now. Just to hold over for this stream here. Again, what was a 60-pack stream turned into a 100-pack stream very, very quickly. I appreciate everyone that came through so far, and hopefully everyone's having a good time. Let's see if we can pull anything else super crazy out of this. If not, I've had a really good time. I've enjoyed the conversation. There you go. Love to hear it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm a bit younger than you, but I'm right there with you as well. I just don't have the mental capacity for it. I try instead of all the social media drama, well, oh, this Pokemon content creator did this, or these people are feuding. Like, I don't care about any of that. I really don't. I barely draw enough attention as is. I don't get tied into any of that drama, so. All right. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, like I said, after the stream, I'm going to set the laptop back up. Yeah, no, and agree. I'm right there with the Squirrel. There's definitely some times I'm like, dude, I'm good on this. I'm going to put it to the side for right now. We'll come back to it later. But again, that's also why I changed from, if anyone's been around the channel from the start, I used to do pre-recorded content, right? And it was fun, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But this is what I was missing, right? The interaction with people, right? Whether there's 2 people in the stream or there's 20 people in the stream, I just really enjoy the interaction. Whether it's, some of my best friends and people from work, or just people from all the way across the world, like Wabbit. Wabbit's over in India, and I feel like we've actually developed a really good friendship just from, them popping in stream and hanging out, chit-chatting here and there. So I met some really great people along the way, and I continue to do that. The gaming content, I know, and again, I mentioned that earlier. I really just have to get a capture card. I mean, I have a really high-end laptop and a really nice desktop. I mean, it's a bit older, but it's still nice. Yeah, I want to get it set up. So, I don't know. I would like to get set up by the end of the year, but if not, that's one of my goals to start the new year off with. You know, January 1st, whatever day that lands on, do a gaming stream. Again, hopefully it starts sooner than that, but it's just figuring out the equipment, getting everything set up, and yeah, just get that rock and rolling. And again, I do play a bunch of different games. Gotcha. Good old Destin rivals. Man, that's the other thing too, right? Like, I may do some streams where I'm just sorting stuff or putting cards in binders, but it's just me hanging out and enjoying everybody. So, yeah, I like doing that. You're going to see content like that here. I've got, ooh, nice, over 1,000 videos on the channel so far. So, feel free to check out all the different playlists, the YouTube shorts, the lives. You know what I mean? I've done so much different kind of content on this channel, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. So even the dud openings where they just don't pull anything, I'm still fun. Oh, you know what? I do. So, you know, might as well have this conversation. So I do have the Final Fantasy X/10-2 like remaster on Steam. So I don't know. You have to keep reminding me, but maybe we'll do that, right? We'll do a playthrough of 10, which is obviously one of the best Final Fantasies of all time. And then I guess we'll play through 10-2 at some point. But here we go. Last pack. Let's have some magic here. Last pack of good old Glory to Team Rocket. Again, keep an eye out for all the notifications and updates throughout the week. Gonna try and get another stream set up for Friday. We should have my CGC submission back. Got a plan for Sunday as well, so keep an eye out for that. But here we go. Last pack magic, good old Meowth. This should be Giovanni's Meowth, not Team Rocket's, but that's just me. And this should be Dark Muck, but it's not. But nothing too crazy to end off with. But let's recap everything real quick, and then we'll let you guys go. We'll do some shout outs like I always do. Always appreciative of everyone that comes through, so that's why I always shout people out. And yeah, then we'll wrap up the stream. Nothing too crazy on this one, but I had fun. All right, so pulls from Journey Together. Or, I'm sorry, Battle Partners. Good amount of EXs, right? And we did pull 2 beautiful art rares, so very, very nice. Can't complain about that. And that was 30 packs for these. Let me see. Yep. Good old Heatwave Arena. Only had 20 packs of these, but still got some beautiful hollows. Got, my goodness, Ho-Oh showed up a couple times. So nothing too crazy from here. And then what started out as 10 packs from Glory to Team Rocket turned into 50 very, very quick. But yeah, saw some pretty decent pulls here. Good old art rare on the end. But that's going to do it for today's stream. Let me do my shout outs real quick, and then we'll be on our way. So, New Kid, of course, thanks for coming by. Lucky James Eller, thanks for coming by. I know you're new to the stream and new to the content and the community, so hopefully we'll see you again here very soon. Send some of your friends over. Keep checking out all the other content. Squirtle Gang, Mad Hum, appreciate you both coming through. Saya, always good to see you. Bad Wabbit, of course, it's always a pleasure. But I think that was everybody. Let me just keep rolling just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, I think that is it. All right. Again, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully you guys get some rest before work tomorrow. Unless you're off on Mondays, then that's awesome. What a great way to have off. Hey, let's start the week by having a day off. But yeah, like I said, that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to clean everything up, set the laptop back up, and get into some gaming before it gets too late. Got some laundry to do as well, so I'll knock that out. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy. Have a good night, guys.